What's going on, everybody? It's the Bull Show, aka Aiden, and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today I kind of want to talk about a problem that I saw as a quote from our head coach in Billy Donovan, and I also want to give a Lonzo Ball update in relation to his potential return for the Chicago Bulls. But before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Bull Show, turn notifications on, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls and whether or not you are sick and tired of seeing this underwhelming performances and just complete and utter inconsistency, and sometimes it's really disrespectful how they've been giving effort recently in the last couple of games. Some games they seem to give all the effort, all the heart, all the energy in the world, and then in other games you just see complete disaster, lack of energy, Bulls giving up, and stupid shot selections that ends up putting us in bad situations. But before I get to that, let's talk about the Lonzo Ball updates, because this didn't come from anybody. This didn't come from Billy Donovan. This didn't come from any reporter. It didn't even come from any of the other players. Ladies and gentlemen, this update has come from Lonzo Ball himself. If you follow Lonzo Ball on any social media platform, I believe Instagram is where I first saw it. So if you follow him on Instagram, you're guaranteed to see it there. He has updated us with some video clips of him doing some certain things. This involves him dunking, him doing hurdle jumps. He's obviously running on a treadmill, boxing. His punches were a bit sus, but he was boxing as well. And those were really big updates for the Chicago Bulls. So I guess it's his way of saying, I'm moving along, I am progressing, I am getting better, and slowly, step by step, I will be ready to return. Now, I don't know when the return will be. Again, I still do believe there's a good possibility he won't return this season, but I really just think it depends on when he's ready and when the Bulls are going to be competing. If the Bulls are in this predicament in 2 months' time, does Lonzo Ball coming back really help us? I don't know. But if we're in the top 4, let's say, for whatever reason we managed to get there, then having Lonzo Ball back at 100% would be absolutely huge for this team. But, again, go check those videos yourself. I'm sure you'll be able to find them. I think they're all around YouTube as well. So, yeah, it's just small updates. Basically, he's progressing, and that's obviously a very good thing to see. Now let's talk about the main point of this video. Not necessarily the main point, but the point that I'm not happy about. It's a very small quote, but this quote I've heard so many times with the Chicago Bulls team, and it's truly pissing me off to the point of beyond belief. Every time I see this quote, I get more and more angry with it. The quote is coming from Billy Donovan, and he said, "We have to compete much harder as a team." My head scrambles every time I see this quote, because I feel like that's the basic quote that we get every time that we lose. The Bulls didn't compete enough. The Bulls didn't try hard enough. The Bulls didn't bring the energy that they needed to. All these things from all these different people. But I'm just getting so sick and tired of having people say to me that this Bulls team is not competing hard enough. I want to know a solution as to why that's the case and how can we fix that. I don't want to hear the basic answers every single time, because in my opinion, all that screams to me is that all the progress that we see is false hope. All the progress that we've seen with this Bulls beating good teams is false hope. And I don't want to believe that. I believe that this Bulls team can turn it around with how they've been performing against the good teams. But we're back on a 3-game losing streak. We're back where we started. We started this period, one of our hardest periods in our NBA season, 5 games below 500. We're currently in one of our more easier stretches, 5 games below 500. We are where we started. We are where we began throughout the course of that stretch in the NBA, and I don't want to believe it. And maybe it is the case. Maybe we're just not that team. Maybe we're not a team that's ever going to find that turning point. Maybe we're not that team that can really make a revolutionary change to our season. Maybe our season won't get revived, but I'm so tired of being led on with false hope, and I'm so tired of our head coach. I almost swore there, I'm sorry. I'm so tired of our head coach that keeps on repeating the same things. We're not competing hard enough. We're getting beat off the dribble. We're not bringing their energy every single time. We're not competing at a high standard. Look, honestly, I want you to go back to all the tweets, all of Billy Donovan's quotes you've ever seen throughout the course of the season, and tell me how many times he said the same things every single time. I'm not blaming it on Billy Donovan. I'm not saying this is just Billy Donovan's fault. But unfortunately, he's the bearer of bad news here. He's the one that has to give out the quotes every single time. He's the one that has to speak out on the games every single time. And therefore, he's going to get a lot of my anger every single time. It's just how it is. But why is this team not competing then? What's the answer to that question? That's what I want to know. Billy Donovan saying that we're not competing. I want to know why we're not competing. Okay, I hope in the next couple of questions that Billy Donovan gets asked, next time we lose in an embarrassing fashion to a team that was off of a second night of a back-to-back with 5 players out of their team, I want this question to be asked for him. When asked what went wrong or anything like that, and Billy Donovan said we didn't compete hard enough, I want to know why we're not competing hard enough. I want him to answer that question for me. Maybe he answered it and I haven't seen it yet. I don't know. Personally, I don't really care. But I want to know why. I want him to answer that question. Why are the Bulls not competing? Because that, to me, means more than just giving the same old answer. The Bulls are not competing. Are we just supposed to accept that? Yep, that's okay. Bulls didn't compete today. Bulls didn't compete against the Wizards. Bulls don't compete against any team that's average to mediocre. We're just only going to show up against the good teams now. That's what we do. We can be good. If we beat the good teams, big thumbs up. At the end of the day, that's only half of the NBA season. You beating the good teams is only halfway there. You're halfway through to being a contender. And if you can't beat the bad teams, which I'm still astonished by, that this is still a talking point halfway through the season, I'm sorry, then there's no other explanation, there's no other situation, there's no other quote I want to know other than why are we still not competing. So that's the question I bet to you guys. You could, again, let me know in the comments below all of your thoughts and opinions on why we're not competing. Maybe you guys can give the answers that the Bulls will not give. And I really hope that at the end of the day, whatever it is, whatever they don't want to tell us, whatever they do tell us, I hope they can figure it out. I don't want to believe in another false hope, another false sense of security. I don't want to believe in it again. They did so well really dragging me back, but we're back where we started. 1 step forward, 2 steps back, 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. That's where we are right now. And we got to get over that hump. We got to get over that line. We got to get over that barrier of trying to become a 500 team. We were so close. We were 2 games away from 500. And then we wasted with a 3-game losing streak again. The amount of 3-game losing streaks that we've had this season is unbearable to see. I genuinely feel like, again, we probably have the most 3-game losing streaks in the NBA. I don't know that statistic. Again, I'm sure there is a statistic out there that can prove that right or wrong. They seem to keep track of everything these days. But if you're looking at tanking teams, they probably lose a lot more than 3 games in a row. They're probably losing 5, 6, 7 games in a row. So they won't have more 3-game losing streaks than us. But here we are, middle of the pack. We win games, we lose games, but I feel like we're in that space of grey. It's not black or white. We're not, I guess, contending. We're not tanking. We're just in the middle. And it feels like we're not in the middle, but that's where we are. That's what our record suggests. I feel like we're a good team. And I guess that's the optimist inside of me. I feel every single season, even when we were tanking and we were so young, I believe this team could have made the playoffs. Maybe that's just me. Maybe other people don't see it the way that I see it. But again, beating good teams is only half the job. You got to be able to finish the job, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine going through every NBA season and doing a half-assed job. That's what I feel like the Bulls are doing. They're doing a half-assed job right now in terms of their NBA season. And I know DeMar DeRozan hasn't been there the last 2 games. I get it. 2 out of the 3 games that we've lost, DeMar DeRozan hasn't been there. Technically, in the 3rd game, DeMar DeRozan left early as well. I get it. But I saw a lot of people, and I never personally believed this, but I saw a lot of people saying that they did not want DeMar DeRozan to play these games, and they wanted Zach LaVine to become the leader. Where has that gotten us? It's gotten Zach LaVine to play well. Great. He was playing well when DeMar DeRozan was playing as well in those last couple of games. All it's gotten us is losses. And Zach LaVine needs more help than what he has been given. And Zach LaVine also in the last game against OKC was not very good. But I'm not gonna really focus on that. It's one bad game. But it's clear to me this Bulls team needs everybody. It needs everybody to play, including Lonzo Ball. And it needs to be a well-oiled machine. Otherwise, if there's one negative that ends up coming towards this team, we are screwed. That's how I feel. And we're back to mediocrity again. I just hope they can find a way to change it. And I'm sorry if this video is a bit of a ranty type video, but I mean, there's only so many of these I can make. I mean, how many 3-game losing streaks do we need to go on? How many rant videos do I need to go on until eventually I just give up making these videos, or something else happens? I don't know. Anyway, I guess I'm going to end this video here. But I'm sick of that quote. The Bulls didn't compete hard enough. It's an absolute joke of a quote. No disrespect to Billy Donovan, but I need more than that. I need more than just we didn't compete because we got beat off the dribble. There has to be something going on internally with this team that allows us to climb up against those good teams and send a message to the rest of the league saying the Bulls are still here. You must be scared of us when you verse us, to then go all of a sudden lose to these average teams or teams that are off of a back-to-back, teams with injuries, everything in between. And they deliver another message saying, we're not there yet. We're good, but we're not that good. We're average. We're a team that can be good, but we can also be really, really, really bad. And I don't want to be in that situation either. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you in another Chicago Bulls video. I think, personally, this is the most videos I've made rant-based this season. Like, honestly, this season has been the most rant-based videos I've ever made. And I just feel like, again, it's because of the false sense of, I guess, advertisement, false sense of urgency. You believe you're good and you're not. They show you glimpses and then they let you down again. I just feel like at the end of the day, when we were tanking, we knew we were tanking. So you give a little bit of leeway. They're young guys. They're trying to learn. Of course, they want to win, but they don't have the talent to win. I understand that when we were losing, and a lot of people had a lot of attention towards Jim Boylan. I got it. I understood it. It made sense. Everything made sense in that scenario. In this scenario, nothing makes sense. You got an all-star in DeMar DeRozan. When he's healthy, you got an all-star Zach LaVine. When he's on fire, you got a top 10 center in the NBA in Nikola Vucevic. You got a core that's filled with young players and veterans that can make a difference. Our bench is still up there as one of the best in my humble opinion. Yet all of a sudden it's all going to waste. It makes no sense where we are. We should be one of the top teams in the East, but we're not. And I don't get it, man. I do not get it. Anyway, have a wonderful and safe day. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned for more. I'll see you in the next rant video. I'm just kidding. I'll probably see you in the injury update in the next video because there's probably going to be one. Take care and peace.